Hi, welcome to the Purple Fox Kitchen. My name is Julie, and today we're going to make pan-seared salmon with a sweet corn puree. It is absolutely delicious. I know you're going to love it, so let's get started. So I definitely recommend that you use fresh corn. If you don't have fresh corn or it's not corn season, frozen corn is fine, but please do not use anything from a can, fresh or frozen. Now, when you cut the kernels off of the cob, they do tend to go everywhere. So I have a little contraption here of a bowl and another bowl upside down that I can put my cob on, and then all you do is just cut down slowly and they should just fall right into the bowl. You might get a few strays here and there, which is okay. There we go, there's one. Now today I'm going to use 3 cobs. 2 is probably fine. If you have a big party, use 4. So I've cut all the corn off, and then I'm just going to put it in a saucepan. And now here's a little trick of the trade. As much as you've cut off from this cob, there's still a lot of what they call milk in here, corn milk. So what you're gonna do is, now originally you cut down, what you're gonna do with the back of your knife is push these kernels, and there's all this corn and corn milk that's gonna come off of this cob. I mean, you're gonna clean it down to the bone. You want all of that. You want all that flavor and all that juice. Flip it over. And now look how clean this cob is. There's no kernels left. So once all of your corn is in your pot, I'm using half and half today. You can use milk, you can use cream, but today I'm using half and half. And you want to add as much liquid to the top of the cream. You don't want it to be completely submerged, but just to the top. I'm going to add a good pinch of salt and pepper, and I'm going to add a pinch of sugar. And what this is going to do is bring out the sweetness in the corn. Just a little pinch. I'm going to put it on the stove. And then once it comes to a boil, you're going to lower the heat and simmer it for about 5 minutes. So while my corn is at a really good simmer right now, I'm going to prepare the salmon. So I have my pan on a really high heat. I have 2 fillets of salmon right in front of me, and the only thing I'm going to do is put salt and pepper on them. This is going to be a very basic, standard sear of salmon. I'm going to sear it on the stove, and then I'm going to finish it in the oven. So you want to make sure that you use a pan that also can go into the oven, because I'm going to keep it in the pan the whole time. So I want to get my pan really, really, really hot. And before I put the salt and pepper on the salmon, I patted them dry with a paper towel. You want to make sure your fish is very dry, because when you put it in the hot oil, the combination of water and oil can be a disaster. So make sure your fish is dry. Getting hot, so I'm going to use avocado oil. Put a couple tablespoons in your pan. I can see it's getting really hot. You can see there's a shimmer in the pan, which is a good indicator that it's hot. It's actually smoking, which is great. So the reason you want your pan smoking hot is so the fish doesn't stick. Believe it or not, that will prevent your fish from sticking. This is for all fish, chicken, pork, everything. So you can see it's smoking, and that's perfect. Trust me, you're not going to burn your fish. Put it in away from you, gently, gently. It's going to give it such a nice sear, a nice crust, and it won't stick to the pan. It'll just come off with complete ease. And our corn over here has been simmering for a good 5 minutes or so, so I'm going to turn that off. So I'm gonna let this get a really good sear, and then we're gonna finish it in the oven. My oven's at 350 degrees. And just let it be. Don't fidget with it, don't touch it, don't try and pull it up. Just let it hang out for a little while. Okay, so it's probably been about 3 or 4 minutes. I can even just see that it's golden brown. It just comes right off. Look at that sear. Look at that golden crust. It just eases off. See, it's stuck now, but you want to leave it there. I'm going to turn the heat off, and I'm going to put the pan in the oven. I just put the salmon in the oven. My oven's at 350 degrees, and I'm going to keep it in there for about 10 to 12 minutes. In the meantime, we're going to finish our corn puree. So you need a blender. This is a must because you want to puree it as smooth as possible. So you want to pour everything in here. And then to this, I'm also going to add a little butter. Make sure your cover's on tight. And blend away. Now I'm going to stop. That was on high speed, and I'm right now just going to taste it. See where we are for seasoning. It's so perfect with seasoning already, just from the salt and pepper that we put in there, a little bit of butter. But I am going to blend it for a little bit longer, maybe just a minute longer on high speed. You want it as smooth as possible. It's so good. It's creamy, it's smooth. It's such a great accompaniment to especially any seafood. I use it for salmon, for scallops, any kind of fish, chicken. It's delicious. I'm gonna get one more taste here. I could drink this by the gallon. Delicious. This is done. So I just took the salmon out of the oven. It's been about 8-10 minutes. It's perfectly cooked. You can always tell when fish is cooked when you touch it and there's no bounce back. It's firm. So what I'm going to do, take a little of this beautiful corn puree that we made. It is silky smooth. I'm going to put a little bit at the bottom. Like I said, if you sear some scallops and put it on this, oh, what a dish. Now be careful, this pan's gonna be really hot. I mean, look at how gorgeous this salmon is. It is so perfectly golden and crusted, and it's just nothing but salt and pepper. All you're gonna do is just taste pure salmon. Put it with this puree. Now, up to you in the future. Add some vegetables, add some rice, potatoes, whatever you want to complete this dish, but for now, I'm going to indulge. Oh my gosh. Salmon's perfectly cooked. You need to get a lot of that sauce. Oh my gosh. The crust on that salmon, just from that hot sear. It's incredible. And this sauce, you're just gonna want to eat it every day. You're gonna want to drink it by the gallon. Perfection. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to follow me on my YouTube channel, The Purple Fox Kitchen. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you next time.